So, you want to know what happened? Well, if I were to be exact, the day before I got involved in this argument in my classroom. So there were these girls. Every single day, they would ask to be my friend, and I'd always tell them no because actually, before I have answered, and I said, sure, why not? Because I got so annoyed, hoping it would get them to leave me alone. It didn't because they'd still bully me. So I kept on saying no. And they kept on doing it every single day, and I got sick of it. So I told them to please stop, okay? And then, unfortunately, I don't know why, but I couldn't remember what happened in the argument. But I do remember some things that I know I did not say, but I had gone called the next day, which was yesterday, to the office because they wanted to talk about this. And I got falsely accused of something that I did not say, and it was something really bad. Apparently, they told them that I threatened to kill them. And I know I clearly didn't say that because I know I wouldn't say that. But unfortunately, multiple people had told them that I said this. And I clearly knew I didn't. But I feel like they were planning this. But what they did was really bad because I could get involved in so much. And I'm not going to give out names because it's something really serious. I don't want to get too deep with it. But it made me really upset. They didn't call my parents or anything like that because eventually the entire conflict got resolved. And truth is, they never found out if I had actually said that or not. They kind of just... They said that they were going to continue investigating about it, but it got resolved. But they didn't confirm what I had said. Instead, they mostly wanted to talk about why this was even going on, more than that, which is kind of ironic, but it did make me really upset because I did not feel safe. I felt like I was being targeted now because now that I had known that they were saying that about me, that happened. And what they expect me to do is to just not bring it up, to completely stay silent about it. And these incidents have happened before where I was falsely accused of things that didn't happen. Like back in 7th grade, I was accused of making this rumor to threaten to give out this boy's address. It was a really bad kid, but I didn't like him. And before that, well, no, not before that, but after, then they made this other rumor because there was this video that got posted where apparently I say a bunch of bad stuff about my classmates, and kids actually believe that that was me. So I had got involved. They had contacted my parents about it, tried to explain, but they didn't believe it. Now, in case you don't know what's going on, because I just realized some people had joined us, that I was falsely accused of threatening to shoot someone. That, and they expect me to be silent about that. Because I was falsely accused of doing something that, saying something that I didn't do. But they had actually believed that I had said this. Because there was an argument. After this live, you can go back, or even if you want to go back right now, you can. Because I kind of explained more. But that's what this is about. So in this live, I want to stick up for people who have been falsely accused of something and are expected to say something about it. And you know what they'll tell you in school is that they go like, speak up for yourself and stuff like that. But then when we actually do, we get in trouble or they don't do anything about it. And it just really upsets me. And then they expect me to trust them and to like put my trust in those people, in the adults. And I can't even trust them with these things. So it is really upsetting. So in this live, I'm not made with AI. This is real. Well, yeah, they did use AI in the video. That was made where apparently, quote unquote, I was saying those things when I wasn't. But kids actually believed that was me. And that was a year ago, but I still remember. And to this day, they still think I did that. And I didn't. I don't know why it's not obvious enough. That was clearly AI generated. And it didn't even sound like me. It wasn't even made for my channel. And I didn't even have a channel till March of this year. So, what are we even doing, you know? But anyways, and today they expect me to stay silent about that, to never bring it up again. I'm not going to forget this. I'm going to continue telling the tale. I'm going to continue sticking up for people because this isn't funny. It never was, and it is really upsetting. And knowing that there are probably multiple people who have gone through what I went through is just insane, you know? And so I wanted to talk about this. So in this live, I'm going to be sticking up for people. I'm going to talk about some things that they asked me to talk about. I even have a list. I also wrote a song in it too, but all right, let's see. Okay. I'm going to start with like what people at school say. Specifically the teachers. They expect kids to be silent about things, but the truth is they actually they want you to stay silent about when you're actually being involved in these messes, but then they tell you stick up for yourself. And when we actually do that, they punish us. I actually once got a lunch detention for this, and it was really upsetting. And then my sister, she got an in-school suspension for something incredibly dumb, just for asking about a video that made her uncomfortable. She got punished in school suspension for that. And what is with these teachers? And they expect her to just forget that when she knows that she didn't even do anything wrong. As a matter of fact, I think she was doing the right thing. If anything, that was very bold of her. I don't know why she had to be punished for that, because that's not something that she should be punished for, because it made her uncomfortable. She wasn't happy about it. This also happened with a friend, interestingly. But anyways, and so back to what I was saying. So another thing that they wanted me to talk about was let's see. Okay, when they don't feel safe about something that they're falsely accused of. So kids will believe this thing that they're falsely accused of, and because of that, they don't feel safe about it. And I've actually been through that too. When there was the video thing, so our video was posted. It was made with AI, but kids actually believe me for that. I even got kicked out of my friend group for it, and the fact that they actually believe that was not funny. Like, I know that if you heard someone did something, you wouldn't feel happy about it. You wouldn't be able to really stick up for them unless you know that they didn't. But they didn't know what was actually going on, and that it was me who was not actually at fault. It was that person who made that, but they still believed it was me. And to this day, many kids probably still think that that was me who made that when it wasn't. I didn't even know how to use AI at that time. AI is just stupid. That was the first thing that really made me against AI. Then there was the AI art that was stealing from other artists. The false information, the inaccuracies, how it's completely useless, and how it's always being used in wrong ways. So I'm just generally against AI. I'm not going to get involved with anything in AI. I want to stay away from it as much as possible. I'm full anti-AI. So don't expect me to stand with you in your AI things, you know? And the fact that AI has even gotten me into this kind of trouble before, it's just... And you know what they do? You want to know what the teachers tell you to do? What the principal tells you to do? To just shut up about it. Well, guess what? I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm not going to forget that this happened to me. That any of this happened to me. I am not going to forget any of that. In fact, for as long as I can go, I'm going to continue telling the story. I'm going to continue sticking up for people who need to be stood up for. And I'm not going to forget that this happened. So don't expect me to completely shut up about it, because I'm not gonna shut up about it. This is still happening to people all over, like everywhere. And if you know someone who has gone through what I went through, stick up for them, because this isn't funny. And the fact that I have also been through so much of this before, it sickens me. I hate what these teachers are telling the kids. They're indoctrinating them with this information, just telling them to be quiet about these things that happen. What if something even worse happens, you know? What do they expect us to do? They expect us to be quiet about it. But then they go like, yeah, still, you should stand up for yourself. And when I actually do that, they punish us. So kids are going to be afraid to stick up for the truth. The other day, this guy, he got shot for telling the truth. And he was killed. You probably know about him, but I'm not trying to get political. But he spoke words of truth. I'm not going to tell you his name, though, because... yeah, but you probably know. But he did get shot. And that broke many people's hearts. When I heard about that, I was shocked. I was kind of confused. I didn't know exactly what was going on until I realized. And I realized that was him. Heard it on the news and everything. And then people expect to just celebrate that. That's not funny. Killing is wrong, but that side, they think it's all fine. And it's not funny. So, I want to stick up for people. Because the truth is, since they're getting punished or even killed, people are going to be afraid to speak up for themselves. So I want to talk about this today. So I wanted to talk about it's frustrating the times we live in, you know? My friends still want me to be quiet about it. They still want to say, come on, Rebecca, it's over. You know? It's all good. No, it's not. It's not good. The fact that this is still going on is insane. So, when these things happen and still go on, people have to live with this. Do you want to know why I want to join the music industry? Do you know why I want to get into like Hive labels or something like that? It's because I want to stick up for people. I don't want people to have to stay silent about this anymore. And who knows what they're probably going to do. They're probably going to kill me. Or are you? Who knows? And then, what they do? You know what they do to those people? They'll kill them. They'll punish them, whether they punish them, I said. Throw them in jail. They'll hurt them. They'll make false accusations about them as well. And when they speak up, they want to silence them. You know this still happens, right? It's genuinely upsetting. I can't hide it. Can't run from it either. When I've spoken for myself, I can't forget all the stuff I did. They're willing to tell you all the lies. And we're just victims of the laws where we need to be silenced and completely denied. They'll let us suffer. They'll gladly lock us up. They'll beat us up too and then cover it. And you know what they'll do after that? they'll point their fingers. They'll go like, you did it. And then just completely run for the scene. And then they'll get the other voices too. They'll bring like an entire crowd, you know, to turn us down, go completely against us, just like what happened, you know? And then they'll just mask their mouths. They want us to be quiet about it. The entire thing. We'll bring the tape, and even record it as well. And then hide the world that they've shaped, where people are afraid to talk about things. Lock and seal, run and steal. And they'll take that voice, and what they'll do? Throw them in the cage, just completely. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. And on that day, I cried. I tried to get myself out of that. I didn't lie at all. I didn't have to beg for people to stand up for me. Even though I wish that people did, but they didn't. And all for the ones who've been blocked and turned down by this hell of a society. If I bring something, they'll take it. You know? Our lives, their pride. Then they'll have that ugly, weird laugh. Seriously, the laugh is so annoying when I hear that. And I think all this is funny. Turn our music down. Even when we try to speak up about it through our songs and our lyrics. Kill them, bring them here, and then leave the rest wondering in fear. Those are the people who were forced to stay silent. People who heard about us, who didn't want to stay silent. It's people who are just gonna watch us. They're gonna be left wandering. Who've seen us, the ones that we want to inspire, they're now afraid. Because they've seen all of this, what happens on here. Whether if it's on social media, or in real life, wherever it's posted, wherever they see it, they're going to be afraid. And it starts with these teachers in our schools. Telling us, yeah, speak up for yourselves, but they won't let us. This happened to me. I got punished. Well, not for the threatening part that those people lied about. I didn't even do. Thank goodness I didn't get punished for that because the conflict got resolved. No corny apologies needed, thankfully. And then my sister, I got her suspended. And I hate my sister, okay? But she's a good example of this. Of what's happening. That's the society we're forced to live in, you know? So, I'm not going to shut up about this. I'm not going to stop telling these stories. Even though I gotta end this live soon. I'm not just going to stop. Where's my sidekick, sister, and the cats? My sister's out with her mom right now. And my cats, the weasel and the pig, they're sleeping. But there was that. So thank you for listening. Thank you for coming. So I just want to spread that message. Do not just completely stay silent about these things. Because these are some very important things. Also, if you haven't watched my other videos, you can watch them too. I know I've mostly posted random edits, but yeah. You have a lot to say for a 14-year-old. Yes. Truth is, age doesn't matter. I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. Okay? For all these people. So I'm writing song lyrics because I'm going to make this into a song. Because, you know. So I want to join the music industry. Because I want to stand up for what I believe in. You know? Gonna audition for Hybe if I ever get to. Maybe when I'm like 18 or so. I'm not Korean, but hey, look what they have with Cat's Eye. But yeah. So thanks for listening.